Hey, handsome listeners, we're very excited to announce a handsome live show on Monday, February 12th that you can stream from anywhere in the world. Our first show was so much fun that we're doing it again, and we'll be taking your guys' questions. Plus, we're going to have a bunch of surprises and maybe a special guest or two. So get tickets at dynastytypewriter.com now and join us. Again, it's February 12th. Your link will last all week, and you can get tickets at dynastytypewriter.com.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Cheers. Welcome to another episode of Handsome. It's your gal Fortune, and I'm joined by
your guy May.
And Tig Notaro.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, 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 folks.
How are you guys?
Doing well. Just popped down into the kitchen. Mr. Thomas is over at the house. We were having some food, chatting with my little roommates. And yeah, so nothing too exciting. Just run-of-the-mill at-home business.
I'm not at the place with the woman I'm heavily involved with and her child. I'm at my little bachelor pad in Silver, like that's kind of like an office now. Mm-hmm. And I'm doing I'm having a nice tea, and then I was just watching a very crazy true crime doc about a guy who admitted to killing these people, his girlfriend's parents, and then he's like, actually guys, I didn't do it. My girlfriend did it, and she told me to say that I did it. And then now I'm like, maybe he's telling the truth.
Wow, that's quite a twist.
Why would the girlfriend tell him? Obviously, she doesn't want to get in trouble, but why? I don't even understand. Like, if Stephanie killed somebody and said, I did it, but can you tell people you did it? I would be like, no.
I believe it's called doing me a solid.
I believe in the criminal world it's called they were in a toxic relation, and he was German. That's not relevant, but it
is very relevant.
He had come to be an exchange student, and he fell in love for the first time with this woman who and they have these letters where she's like, I'm Lady Macbeth, and let's do witchcraft and kill my parents, and he's like, yeah, cool, hot. And then he claims that I'd be a bad juror, because basically whoever's on the stand talking, I'm like, yeah, I believe him.
Also, how is it hot? I don't understand that.
Everybody has different versions of what turns them on. Some like that kind of crazy
but like
thing.
It excites people to kill people.
I mean, I think a very small percentage
very
of people.
Small. And I think what I'm gathering is this guy was very naive and inexperienced, and he'd never had sex, and then he had sex with this woman. He was like, I will do anything for what? I don't know, am I being manipulated? But
I believe that's called pussy whipped.
Fortune.
Sorry, guys. That's what it's called.
Fortune.
Sorry, vagina whipped.
Fortune.
I'll send you guys the link to this doc.
Do you think that she wrote in the letter, hey, can you do me a solid?
Can you do me a solid?
Is that where that comes from? Do me a solid?
Where does that come from?
We thought you knew.
If I had to guess, I would say it comes from, my brain's going to poo, and I know that that's not where we want to go, right at the top of the ep.
Oh, a solid.
Do me a solid. Yeah.
I don't know if it comes from anything like, historically.
You don't think Cleopatra said to Mark Antony, do me a solid?
Well,
Probably
it's probably
not.
like, do me a solid favor, right? That's just it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing about poop or...
I don't know why I went to...
It's kind of like when you take the word chill and you take the word relax and you chillax. Where do you think all that in a bag of chips comes from?
Subway. I'll have all that in a bag of chips. That would be so fun to go that must happen to them all the time. You go into Subway sandwiches and be like, yeah, I'll have all that in a bag of chips, please.
That would be the place to say it.
Yeah.
Do you think in a pizza place you go, thanks, it's been a slice?
Probably not.
I'm imagining people tuning into this podcast for the first time and being like, I don't
Like,
what is it?
What are they talking about?
I just had a flashback to a childhood memory. I lived in Texas. There was a restaurant called Pizza Wheel, and it was a pizza restaurant with a wagon wheel on the front. It was the 70s, and little Tidge would go to a Pizza Wheel all by her lonesome and play. Oh my gosh.
As a kid, you go by yourself?
Yeah. And well, they had a jukebox.
Oh,
And
shit.
I would go buy a root beer and I'd play my favorite songs on the jukebox. And at the
my
time, it was just the jukebox was full of, Willie Nelson's Mama, Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys and all these just awesome old tunes. And I would just hang out. My brother and I used to watch Westerns when I was little.
Yeah.
And I think I was kind of taken by that vibe of, going into this like saloon type vibe, pizza restaurant, getting my root beer and listening to my 70s country classics.
Imagine
Tidge is in there.
the staff at that restaurant being like, she's back. Get the root beer.
There he is again.
Yeah, there he is again.
Whoever that is under that bowl haircut.
What have you been up to, Fortune?
I cleaned my office
Congrats.
earlier today before we gathered.
Did you find anything?
Well, I've been on the road like crazy. At the end of this tour, we'll have done 100 cities. So I am just in a daze of like, where am I? What am I doing? Where's anything? And so I finally was like putting things in its place, hanging things up, throwing stuff away. And I find it to be the best feeling
Yeah.
to purge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is what I like to do in a new year. I like to purge and start fresh.
That is a really good feeling. Marie Kondo was so big for a while, and she would say you're meant to pick up every object and say, does it bring me joy?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a tall order. That's like a high bar to hit. Does it bring me joy?
Well, I don't like stuff. I think there's so much energy that's, we did that one episode where we talked about woohoo things. I do think that stuff holds energy. And when you walk into a house and there's a lot of stuff and someone has like, it's very cluttered and then there's like things on all the walls and the furniture everywhere, it feels very heavy to me. And as an empath, I walk in and feel it all.
Is Jax a minimalist?
Yes, very much so.
Oh, okay. So that's a good match. What about you and the woman you were heavily involved with?
We're a similar level of sort of untidy but not messy. But no, I don't think clutter is good. Yeah.
I mean, my wife's at the other end of the spectrum. She's like OCD, must clean everything. Everything must be like, she is like another level.
Like if it was up to her, it would just be you, her, and Biggie in a white room, empty.
In a white room, yes. Yeah, she's like such a germaphobe, such a like, if she could take Q-tips and like clean the baseboards, she would.
She could.
Well, she could.
Yeah. Why?
I mean, she
what's
could.
stopping her?
Could. Her mom's like that too. She's very tidy as well. Now, I come from not tidy folks. I come from people who love a lot of things, like a lot of things. So I took the opposite stance of like, I don't like things, I don't like stuff, but I don't know how to clean like Jax cleans.
Got to get you some Q-tips.
I guess so.
I'm glad your office is tidy. That even makes me,
It feels good.
Yeah, like I feel calm knowing that.
See, when I'm on tour, I also did, not to compete, but well over 100 shows on this last tour. And whenever I come home, I just drop stuff in my office and go, because it's just like my house is a crash pad for me, basically. I also have, which is completely out of control, every piece of art Max and Finn have done. And I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. I fantasize about making wallpaper with it, or
Yeah.
just something.
A quilt, or maybe just a book, like you have a properly bound book, where if you're scanning it all or something.
But I don't know if I'd want to scan it. I'd want the original. That's
Yeah,
the thing,
yeah.
is I know people scan things into whatever.
If there's another Met Gala, maybe you could.
If
if there's
another
one, if they don't,
if they continue that tradition,
They're on the fence about it.
then maybe you could wear a kind of gown made of, or make one and give it to Kim Kardashian or something
It's always been a dream of mine to go to the Met Gala.
in a gown.
hello. Next year, the Handsomes are going to be invited to the Met Gala, and
Word on the streets is we're going.
do they wear suits? Do they wear prom dresses?
Do they wear a horse costume with all three of them
Oh,
in it?
yes. Do they wear old baby bonnets from Fortune's childhood?
Please let us go to the Met Gala and wear baby.
We're all in
bonnets.
diapers with rattles and a bib. And gaga goo goo.
And hear from the Handsome podcast, 3 babies.
We're all barefoot.
Oh my God.
I'd do it.
You would go to the Met Gala too?
Yeah, barefoot in a diaper, no shirt, just flashing my scars.
Really make a splash. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the theme, there's always a theme. Maybe the theme is like childhood something.
Yeah.
Childhood something. That is
Fingers crossed.
the theme.
If they announce it. And
I'm not
this
great at
year, it's childhood
themes.
something.
Does that interest you, the Met Gala?
No, I have no interest in fashion. I mean, yeah, of course. What am I talking
would
about?
go.
Of course it interests me. In
I'm
fact,
gonna slick back my hair.
I want nothing more. I want to be there. I want to be looking at all the famous people.
Fortune.
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 Or what's happening?
I'm at the Met Gala
And wait, is
and my
that
hair's slicked back.
and would you be holding it the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go.
Uh-huh.
I want to see all those fancy people.
Who gets invited? Just famous people?
Very famous people.
It's usually, and people who,
Sarah Jessica Parker.
it's like whoever's big that year plus people who are fashion-y and have like
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto will be there. He'll
Leto.
be there. Leto
He
will
wore
be
a
there.
cat costume
Jay Leno will be there, you said?
Jay Leno.
in his Canadian tuxedo.
Which I love.
Jared Leto.
Oh, okay.
I did go to an event where Jared Leto was at the same table as me, and he was sitting across from me, and he has the vibe of a sort of cult leader, and he's in his shades and his long hair, and it was like there was this amazing chef, and it was like a Michelin-starred chef. And
Ooh, I like that.
yeah, and the food was amazing. I was someone's.
Oh, I like that a lot.
I was a +1, and so the chef comes out at one point and is like, "I hope you're enjoying the meal." And Jared Leto goes, "I'm not going to eat it," and we're all like, "Oh, okay."
I would
Jared Leto,
gasp.
yeah, and he goes, "Yeah, because I got food poisoning at one of these things once," and the chef is like, "Oh, sir, I assure you, you would not get food poisoning from my food," and he reaches in his jacket and he pulls out a power bar, like an energy bar, and he's like, "That's why I always bring these," and he opens it and starts eating it in front of the chef.
Wow.
Wow.
That takes balls.
Yeah, or something.
Fortune.
I would already like licked my plate clean and had the sauce on the side of my face.
Totally.
Going, I eat it. It was 2 thumbs up for me.
Did I get any on my bonnet?
But also Jared Leto's like, does he have any fat on his entire body? He's very ripped, this guy.
He eats air, yeah. I find all those events, I've only been to like 1 or 2 of those events, and it's weird because you go and it's supposed to be all the hottest people on the planet, right? Like
Which is weird that I wasn't invited.
that was weird. And that none of us were invited in our diapers is fucked. But I went as a +1 and to this event, and I'm like looking around and I wasn't finding anyone sexy because everyone's very self-conscious and kind of not relaxing, and
They're always looking over everyone's shoulder to see what famous person's walking by.
yeah, it was a real lesson in like
I hope you told everyone I'm not finding any of you sexy.
I went around the room. I said, "Listen, I was excited to see you, but you were not vibing.
I'm going to need y'all to step up your sexy game.
Or I'm leaving. And I'm taking Fortune in her bonnet and diaper with me.
That's right. The last fancy party I went to, I met Sandra Bullock, and she's just so gorgeous and beautiful. And
Sandy.
I did not fit Sandy pants.
Sandy.
I found her very sexy.
I would call her Sandy, of course.
And she gave me a hug, and it was probably the greatest night of my life in a while.
When was this?
A year ago.
Oh man, that's pretty amazing. Like people
Yeah.
like her who've been in the business and they're comfortable with themselves and they're just real people who they're like Kevin Bacon I met at a thing. I was like, that's a celebrity. Like he just is glowing. He's like so charismatic and charming. And then I feel like
she was dancing, having fun. She wasn't
Yeah.
self-conscious about anything. I'm like, that's what's up.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
chill. You know who is, I don't know her well, but I do know her. And she is very type A OCD.
Sandy is?
Yeah, doesn't even.
I'm now calling her Sandy.
Doesn't even have a housekeeper. Does it all herself.
What? She's like, Jax doesn't want that either.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can we please? Because you're fussing at me to clean my bathroom. I don't want to do that. I don't know how to do it.
That's a little fun fact for you.
I would not have known that about her because she was just like carefree and dancing, and I wouldn't have been like, you seem like the type that likes
She
to
has
keep a
that
tidy
complicated
kitchen.
dual personality where she's so fun and funny and friendly and down to do bits, and then it's like not late, clean as a whistle. Everything's
as a
in order.
whistle.
Yeah.
All of this is still big bonuses for me.
Yeah, this is all.
I'm loving all of this.
I'm not seeing a downside.
No downside.
Nor do I.
yeah.
Look,
Sandy.
I think she's pretty great. Let's be
Well, if
honest.
she's listening,
And she
we
is.
love you.
Hey, Sandy.
And she is. Hey,
Sandy. If you want to ask us a question, we'd be happy to answer it.
Yeah,
You-
we'd be
you know
real
what,
happy.
What surprised me at that one fancy party I went to where Jared was and all those people was I've never had strong feelings about Paris Hilton, and then she arrived and I was like, oh, I get it. She was the most fun. She was dancing. She was laughing. She was just like hilarious and fun.
She's a DJ.
I didn't talk to her, but I stood near her and I thought, you're cooler than these people.
She knows how to get a party started.
Yeah.
She's a DJ.
She's a DJ?
Baby. Yeah, come on.
Big
What do you
time.
mean she's a DJ?
She literally is a DJ. I don't know how else to explain it.
Okay, you hire Paris Hilton and she DJs your party?
Yeah, you'd have to probably pay her a lot of money though. She's a famous DJ.
Yeah.
Not famous for DJ.
When did
but
she
is
become a
famous
DJ?
and DJ. I don't know. She presses play.
I know, but like, was this before she had her little,
No, this is like more recent
Yeah.
years.
that she's become a DJ?
I don't think she's doing it like on the reg.
But you should watch her documentary, the Paris Hilton documentary on YouTube.
Oh, actually, I do want to watch that.
Oh man, it changed. It changed my life. I was about to say, and then I thought, did it? No, not at all.
Changed my life.
I don't know why I was.
Boy, there's a real shift in you. Well,
Well,
I got in touch with my humanity and what I want to accomplish in life after watching the Paris Hilton documentary.
wow. So she's a DJ.
It probably does make you understand her a little better, right?
yes. Well,
That's what they're meant to do, these documentaries, Fortune.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tig has one.
I have one. Check it out on Netflix. It's called Tig.
I'm gonna rewatch it actually because I haven't watched it since I know you, and I remember watching it before I ever met you and being very captivated. And now I'm gonna rewatch it and be even more deeply moved.
It changed. It's going to change
my life.
Look, I'm no DJ, but
No, listen, but
and I
Paris
can't get a
Hilton-
party started. But my first girlfriend referred
Don't
to
sell
me.
yourself short.
My first girlfriend referred to me as a party anvil
Oh my god,
rather than a party animal.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, that is definitely. Well, I'll put that on my list of must watches. Must watch.
Yeah, she went to one of those. She got sent to one of those troubled teen schools. Like and I'm writing about those schools for my new Netflix series, and so I did all
Yeah.
this research because a friend of mine also got sent, and it's pretty fascinating.
Someone said, isn't she going through channels to get some of those schools shut down? Right?
Dude, don't get me started. I could do a 3-hour It's a billion-dollar
what?
industry. These troubled teen schools, they're actually Mitt Romney, I think, is a big investor. Don't check that fact. It might be libel. It might not be true. But it's like
let's reverse that. My fact.
yeah, like multi-billion-dollar industry of these unregulated schools where the kids basically get kidnapped and taken there.
Against their will, like in the middle of the night.
Like they make it as sort of traumatic as possible. And then these schools use these techniques that they was started in these cults in the 70s, like Synanon, these self-help cults that use like brainwashing. And that cult Synanon got shut down for all kinds of reasons. And then a lot of the founding members started up these official teen schools. And they're
really?
Yes. And it's, so look, I'm getting like excited because it's like
when the kid misbehaves, somebody comes and snatches him in the night and puts him.
Well, it's like if the kid has it's continuous, like, and the parents are like, we don't know what to do anymore. We're at our wits'
Then Mitt
end.
Romney swings by, snatches your kid.
Mitt comes by.
Have you heard of those like wilderness ones where they're like out in the woods and doing stuff? People are yelling at them.
Yeah, bear. Or hey, bear.
Yeah. Anyway, they gotta get shut down.
Well, I've been like very responsible since I was like 10. So
Really?
Yeah. I was like always my mom said even when I was a kid, I was the kid that like looked both ways before I crossed. Like I have been misresponsible
That's
forever.
like your kids, Tig,
That
right?
is-
They're sort of, they put themselves to bed if they get tired. Yeah,
we went to a friend's party. It was like, oh, bring kids. We're going to make ornaments. And my friend said to me and Stephanie, she was like, your kids are like Midwestern uncles.
That's hilarious.
Because they are, I'm sorry to like go on about them, but they're so polite and they're so sweet. And they wear these little sweater vests that have little patches on the elbows, you know.
Oh my God.
It's really cute.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just like something that you instinctually have or if it's like a learned behavior, but yeah, I was always like so responsible.
yeah.
My God, I was not until I was probably 30. I mean, we've talked about this in different variations, but I mean, you know, I was making it happen in life, but I had some real blind spots and
Yeah.
couldn't pull it together.
Even when I got older and I like, you know, you go to a strip club or something.
Do you?
Fortune.
You know, they're there dancing and I'm just like, hi Angela, like is everything good? Like
Saying that to the strippers?
and then they're like dancing while telling me their life story and I'm like, yeah, that would be hard. I'm so sorry.
I'm obsessed
happened.
with this image.
You're like, I wore a bonnet as a child. And what were you doing at strip clubs? Just
I don't know. You
having
know,
a
when you
party
get
night?
older, it just happens.
When's the last time you were at a strip club? Because I've
God,
been
many years.
Yeah, like over a decade.
No. I mean,
Oh.
when I like my Chelsea Lately days, we occasionally bop in there.
Really?
If like we had a Vegas show or something, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like my go-to spot, but like you know,
I mean,
once in a blue moon.
I feel like I've been to strip club like maybe 5 times. I've been to a strip club.
Yeah.
And
Tig.
what?
Does that work when I do it?
But yeah, I think it has been since maybe 2000 is
Yeah.
the last time I remember going to a strip club.
I've only been twice. Well, technically once. Once was a charity event raising money for a sort of gay theater, and they had this stripper there who was a sort of friend of a friend. Yeah, she was kind of connected to the theater somehow, and so she was giving private lap dances, and I was 20
to raise money. Amazing.
Yeah, and I'm with my girlfriend at the time who's 27, and I'm 20, and I'm pretending I go to strip clubs all the time, and then I was like, I really have a crush on that dancer. And my girlfriend was like, let's go get a lap dance. And I was like, I couldn't possibly. And then
and your girlfriend's like, it's for charity.
it's for charity. Yeah.
Okay.
So we go in and then we're getting this lap dance, me and my girlfriend. And then she said, you can touch me if you want. And then I was like, oh no, because the whole point is you're not like the reason it's relaxing
you're not supposed
is
to,
there's no
yeah.
expectation. You don't have to do anything, right? And suddenly I'm like, well, how much and where, and freaking out. And
Did you give her a big old bear hug?
I gave her a big old bear hug, yeah. And then the second time I went,
you just smack one titty and she's like,
excuse
wait,
me?
what?
Fortune.
Can you imagine them going, you can touch me? She's like,
You didn't say how.
smack one titty. Anyway,
If
sorry.
that's what she says, you can smack one titty if you want to.
Well, sure, thank you.
No,
Did you
thank
end up touching, or you just kept your hands down?
Yes, I did, and I felt like I was we were in love, and I know that's her job. But by the end of this 3-minute song, I was like, okay, I guess I'm breaking up with my girlfriend and marrying this woman.
That's a powerful lap dance.
Yes, and then I sort of told my girlfriend, like, I don't know, I think I had a connection with her. She was like, that is her job.
Your girlfriend's like, we probably are gonna break up if you got a connection in 3 minutes.
Did the stripper ask you to take your propeller hat off? She
let me keep it on.
I just hit my titty.
No, I put it on.
Ow!
And then the second time I went with my male friend in England, and we were pretty drunk, and again got a private dance in a private room, and we were both very polite, and
Sure.
and then she said, you guys should make out, and so we start making out to please
Wait, you
her.
made out with who?
With my friend.
Oh, the stripper said to you for you and your friend to make out.
Yeah, she's like, why don't you guys make out? You seem like you should. And my friend,
You guys were really like, oh,
we just wanted to please her and do what she wanted. So we end up making out for 5 minutes and she's going more, do more. And
wow.
Were you actually attracted to your friend?
yeah. Well, no, but we had very good kissing chemistry. But then at the end of the dance,
and all of a sudden the stripper is throwing money at y'all.
well, no, that's what felt weird, was paying her at the end and being like, what did we just pay?
Yeah, you did all the work.
We just paid to
What
make
a weird
out.
night out.
I know.
That is a weird night out.
Like, Fortune, if you and I ended up at a strip club and the stripper's like, you two make out.
Yeah.
We're like, okay.
We're like, what?
What if we had really good kissing chemistry, Fortune?
Yeah.
Oh wow. What if we did?
Nothing else but just really good kissing chemistry. But
Yeah.
What
we're
would
like,
Jax do if you came home and you said, Tig and I went to the strip club and the stripper insisted that we kiss, and so we did? What would
and you
Jax
can't
do?
say no.
you can't say no to a stripper.
What would Jax
I think
say?
she would just be like shocked, like what? Because none of it would make sense.
Would she then kind of turn on me and not trust me around you? Or
She probably wouldn't love it.
Stephanie would be like
I feel like she'd be delighted. She'd be like, what the fuck?
baffled and so amused.
Yeah.
That
And
never
we're
it would
both
never
like-
come up again.
We're both like, she said we had to.
Yeah, what? You've always wanted her. I know it.
Oh yeah, I that was in Toronto, May.
That was in London.
in London.
That
Okay.
one, yeah. And my friend, his name's Bertram Alfred Peake. It's such a
Wow.
Have you heard a more British name?
Could you say that with an accent? Could Debbie say that?
Bertram Alfred Peake. Oh,
That's all.
he's
that's
the heir to a
Debbie
biscuit.
sounds like a Harry Potter character.
he is like a Harry Potter character. Guys, I'm not kidding.
Okay.
He's the heir to a biscuit fortune.
This is my dream.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, biscuits are cookies over there. I want to be a heir to a American biscuit company.
Well, bourbon biscuits. That's his family invented bourbon biscuits or something.
What's that?
Oh, they're these really nice.
Is that really an invention or is it just a recipe?
I guess it's a recipe. That's a good point. They patented bourbon biscuits, but then also
There's bourbon in the cookies.
No,
Sounds like it.
No.
Oh no, bourbon just happens to be in the name.
Yeah.
You know what? My mother used to make beer biscuits when
What's
I was
that?
a kid. I guess biscuits with beer. I mean, she was a partier. So she really was.
Why just drink it when you can also eat it?
I forgot about beer
I don't like the
biscuits.
taste of beer.
Well, don't have her biscuits.
Okay, I won't.
All right.
I gotta finish my final thing about Bertram Alfred Peak.
Okay, please.
You promise this better be the final thing.
I swear.
Seriously,
We're learning
May,
more about him than we cared to.
This is enough May facts about
Bertram
Alex Biscuit.
Bertram Alfred
Peak.
Biscuit. Bertram Alfred Peak, who is his family invented bourbon biscuits, and he lives on Frying Pan Alley. That's his address.
No.
Yes.
Does he want that information out there?
Oh, probably not, but he is like a Harry Potter character.
Oh no, all of our listeners are going to head right over to Frying Pan Alley
I hope they do.
and just like, Bertram!
Oh my God, he would love it.
And he's like, May, how dare you?
Oh golly.
Oh golly, I have a lot of people coming at my door wanting these biscuits that have no bourbon in them.
A lot of handsome women yelling up to my window.
Some are women, some are men, some I don't know.
They don't even know.
Chiseled jaws.
Lots of chiseled jaws.
Bonnets.
I find myself attracted to all of them.
Oh, Bertram.
With all this sexy talk, I do want us to go ahead and get to our question because I feel like there's going to be a lot to say and more kissing stories might unfold. We don't know. But our question today is from someone who's very handsome, very awesome.
Who is it?
Gabrielle Union.
Oh.
She's an actress and an activist whose credits include Bring It On, 10 Things I Hate About You, Bad Boys 2, and most recently, The Perfect Fine, which you can watch on Netflix, and the TV series Truth Be Told on Apple TV. Now, I saw Gabrielle at a comedy show and never had met her before. She's so cool, and I was like, you gotta give us a handsome question.
Good for you for
And
getting
so
in
there's
there.
a little bit of noise in the background.
That's all right.
It's a pretty great question.
Let's hear it.
What up, handsome? All right. Who was your childhood crush? And would you smash today the way they look today? Whatever has happened to them, would you still smash just on GP?
So, wait, what is GP?
That's a good question.
Just on GP.
On GP, we are so lame. Thomas
so
is
lame.
Googling it.
Gabrielle's so cool, and we're like, we're
And
gonna have to
then-
Google that.
Smash? Does that
Just
mean
Bone.
Smash means boning.
Fortune.
fortune?
Guys, let's see. On general principle.
I think general principle.
Okay.
On general principle, would you smash today?
Yeah, it must be
Okay.
general principle.
So this basically could be anyone. It could be someone in your life.
Yeah.
It could be a celebrity that you watched.
Yeah.
It could be whatever made you tingle.
Oh man.
Or tinkle.
Whatever made you tinkle.
That happened too. Mine was definitely not a boy. I touched one wiener. I think we talked about that.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about that
And
again.
I don't want to go. That wasn't a crush. I was more just like, I guess.
Yeah.
We're here. I had lots of like little crushes on different friends that I didn't know at the time were crushes, right? I just thought I was like such a good friend that I cared about them so much that I wanted their well-being, to be
Yeah.
life to be grand for them. And if they talked to any boys, I hated that guy.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a good friend
Yeah.
that guy is not good enough for them.
And if they
So
were
I-
like slightly off with you, you were devastated and like
Yeah. If you didn't hear from them,
Yeah.
I was very, that closeted, like intense thing where you're just like too wrapped up in whatever that person says or does that it affects you to like too much. I had several of those.
Friendships are so intense at that age though. Like that's
Yeah. We were leaving notes for each other, some of us.
Yeah.
I talk about in stand up, my form of intimacy with these folks is I would put lotion on their arms.
Oh my god, it puts the lotion on its skin.
It sounds very creepy, but that would just be how I would like on the inside I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this is the greatest feeling ever.
Yeah.
But again, didn't know I was gay, didn't know, like, it just didn't process to me what that was, you know?
Yeah.
Didn't even know that their arms weren't dry.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But you know, some of those people today I know and are friends with, I don't think about them in that way whatsoever.
Okay. So you would not.
Just getting that out there, pals. Everyone can relax.
Yeah, everyone keep your panties on.
Fortune's coming back in town, but everyone relax.
Everyone keep your lotion in your bathroom.
If Fortune shows up with lotion, then you can be alarmed. But
Yeah.
Fortune would not smash on general principle.
That's right.
And so Fortune, you didn't have any. There were no boys that you had crushes on.
There was this one boy I thought was so cute. His name was Taylor, and he was just the sweetest guy. He was on my soccer team. I would say if I had a crush on a boy, I probably had a crush on him the most. Like, I just thought he was just like the coolest, but he was like quiet but sweet and just like a good guy.
Yeah.
I think at soccer I probably like looked at him very longingly.
Looked at his in his little soccer shorts.
His shin pads.
Yeah, so he would have been the one guy that I was like pretty head over heels about him.
And did you get a vibe from him?
No, we were always just friends. We went to the prom together, but I asked him.
You went to senior prom together?
Yeah, and he probably was like, "Oh God, I get." He was so sweet. He probably didn't have the heart to say no.
You don't know that.
I think I trapped him.
No, you don't know that.
I think I trapped him into going to prom with me. I just realized that.
Did you have lotion at prom?
No, but it was so platonic. He was great and an awesome date, and such a gentleman. There was no smooching or nothing.
Yeah,
but I liked him a lot.
I was a walking erection from the time I came out of the womb. Basically, I was like, I was a crush personified. Like still like my driving force in life. I mean, not now, but like was impressing certain people, and there was always one or two that really dominated my thoughts and my you know. And oh man, I thought of two. One is my brother had a friend called Sam who was just I like people who are just like cheeky and have like a twinkle and have a zest for life. And this kid was just kind of, he was always getting his scrapes. He was always falling off his skateboard and stuff. And my brother tells the story that one time Sam was having a sleepover at our house, and maybe I was like 10, and my brother found me watching Sam sleep. I was just standing and I was gazing at him, just being like, he is beautiful. I vaguely remember just standing in the darkness with my heart pounding. How creepy is that? Just watching his beautiful face. Anyways,
getting your lotion ready.
Get the lotion ready.
Put the lotion in the basket.
And then the others are, I mean, the one that I talk a lot about in stand-up is my camp counselor, Katie Anderson, who was, you know, I mean, I was beyond obsessed with her, but I didn't know why. I didn't. Yeah. I just wanted. I was always trying to like pick fights with, like, physical fights with her, just being like, put them up, like, just to get any physical contact.
Just some kind of contact. See, lotion. Hello, I was a more pacifist.
Hello, lotion. Yeah,
you're slapping titties. I'm rubbing lotion. Oh, I did have a giant crush on my 7th grade teacher.
Oh.
Who was a female. She was like 24 or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was head over heels about her.
Have you looked her up?
No, because I don't, like, she left the school like a year later. Mm-hmm. So I haven't seen or heard of her since I was like 13. But I do remember once being like, do you have a boyfriend?
Yes. Yeah.
She was like, that is none of your business. And I was like, cool.
I feel like for
because I know someone interested. I'm asking for a friend. That's where that saying came from. I was fortunate.
Asking for a friend.
I think
she's like, what?
Asking for a 10-year-old.
All my 24-year-old friends.
I really want to track her down. Like, Tig and I need to, just the two of us, track down this woman, and then...
She was so pretty.
Yeah. Does this look familiar?
And I was just a little fat kid with like greasy hair. Do you have a boyfriend?
But did she like?
No, but why do you ask?
Who's asking?
Greaseball.
That was back when my hair was greasy and I put it back in a ponytail. And I wore a lot of sweatsuits. Like an Italian mobster. Like,
Did you have just cash in your
eating a
pockets?
salami sandwich. Hey, you got a boyfriend?
You're just counting cash in your hand just that you pull out of your sweatpants.
She's like, who's asking? Hey, none of your business.
I bet you were so adorable, though. I bet.
No, I was so adorable from like up until like age 7, and then I had a real rough go at it
You
for a
had
while.
2 rough decades.
Junior high was not my time to shine physically.
Same. Tig, yeah, let's hear about your crushes.
There was this guy, Sean, in elementary school that I could not get enough of. And I remember when he came over on the weekend, he didn't live in the area that I did, but his mother drove him over. And I remember being so embarrassed hearing my mother on the phone with his mother saying, Tig has been up since before the birds.
Oh
And I
my
was like,
God.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh my God.
And I was,
Play it cool.
Yeah. And then when I got into junior high school, there was this guy, Mark.
You got it bad. You had it bad?
I had it real bad. And, we've been friendly. I was out of touch from him. We became friends. We were good pals. But I was performing in Austin when I lived in Texas as a kid is when I met him. But I was doing stand-up. I hadn't talked to him in years. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking from the stage thinking, oh my gosh, that guy looks like Mark. I didn't know he had moved to Austin or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I get off stage. Sure enough, it was Mark. He had seen in the paper that I was coming to town doing stand-up.
Aw.
Was there still a spark between you? Or?
Yeah.
I think I am just he's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life.
Oh, man.
And he's just a delight. He's so fun. He's so cute. He's so funny. He's a musician. And he's, he plays guitar and drums and sings, and he's a skateboarder, and, May's yawning.
Sorry.
And
I'm sorry. No, I'm so sorry.
We listened to
your straight crush is bumming me out.
No, listen, I'm horny for Mark.
Yeah, Mark, I haven't talked to him in a while, but man, anytime I'm around him, I think I've even openly talked about my undying love for him to him. And when I'm around him as an adult, I still feel a little like, I love this guy. I love this guy so much. Oh my God, I love him. Oh my God, I love him so much.
Yeah,
that's so cute.
It's funny, less with people that I actually knew and had a crush on then and now still know. I guess I would not smash today because they're my friends now. But with celebs, like Bette Midler was my big crush, and Tim Curry, both in their 80s now, I think. And I would still smash because...
Wait, not Bette. She's not 80, right? I thought she was like maybe 70.
No,
really?
She's got to be older than that.
You think so?
I do.
Let me Google.
I do.
Did you ever
also,
know
I just want to make sure
78.
I'm clear. She's 78?
Yeah.
Okay, Fortune thinks Bette Midler is 60. I'm almost 60.
And I can fly higher than an eagle. Oh, sorry, pardon me. 78? Really? God.
I just want to be real clear that neither of these people wanted to smash any part of me.
Yeah, Taylor wasn't trying to smash me, but I do think I stared at his picture from when we were age 5 to 12.
Same.
Yeah.
I love that these are all unrequited crushes for us, but that's kind of where your mind goes when you think about a crush, right? It's like the one,
yeah. Well, because as a closeted gay gal that didn't know she was gay, I didn't realize that, like when you're attracted to someone, you're putting out the pheromones, right? And so if you're a closeted person in high school, I'm not putting out the same things to the guys that the straight girls are, right? So like when I would meet a lot of the guys, we would immediately kind of high five and have that kind of rapport.
Yeah. They'd like,
High
weren't
five,
like-
and you're like, I'll see you at prom, buddy.
Poor Taylor. You freaking trapped him to go to the prom. I apologize.
And are you still
bud.
in touch with him?
I haven't seen him in years, but I think he's still around in my hometown. Mm-hmm. He's married, I believe, with kids. Just the cutest. He was so cute.
Let's put pictures up of our crushes on social media.
I know. I do
can't.
not want to do that to
I
him.
can't.
He's so shy.
Oh my God, I would not do
He's
that
so
to Mark.
sweet and shy. Can you imagine these three guys on a handsome pod?
podcast.
also Sam is
They're
like,
at their 8th grade pictures.
Sam's like, you watched me sleep? What?
Yeah.
I sort of wish I hadn't said that, but hey, it's the truth.
And their wives now are like, oh, this old dyke Fortune thought you were so cute.
And we put up a video of me with like gray hair and CVS readers on. I'm like, oh yeah, Mark, whoo, lordy. He is
Celebrity
so funny.
wise, Sandra Bullock did it for me back then too.
Mm-hmm. Practical Magic and speaking.
I
Sandy.
watched While You Were Sleeping. and
Wait,
that
you
was-
watched
That's the reverse.
You watched
That
Sam
was
as
the
well?
You
That
watched
is the reverse. She was watching her crush
Yeah.
sleeping, and I'm
Yeah.
watching her watch her crush.
Yeah.
hello.
Hello. I wish in some ways I could go back to that. I don't want to go back ever. I'm so happy to be like moved on. But I wish I had been out sooner. Mm-hmm. I wish I had gotten to experience what that was like to be an out teenager, because I didn't come out until I was like 25, and I felt like I was like really learning how to date and how to
Yeah.
be in relationships, you know, in my late 20s and early 30s, when people got to experience that at like 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And I just felt like I missed out on so much in that regard.
Yeah. Like you were it was a bit of Arrested Development. When you don't get to flex that muscle, then you're like
Yeah.
trying to learn it all at once.
My wife came out at 15, which at our age, that was very bold to be an out 15-year-old. That nowadays it's not that uncommon, but when we were growing up, that was very uncommon.
And you and Jax are the same age?
Yeah, we're the same age, and she came out at 15 and just knew who she was and what she wanted, and I was not that person.
Where did she grow up? What part?
In Michigan.
Okay.
With Jack, she's very feminine, presenting.
Yeah.
So when she came out in high school, people were like, "No, you're not gay."
They were like, you're
They
trying to get
didn't-
attention.
They wouldn't accept it.
Yeah.
They're like, "No, you're not gay. You look like a girl," and you're like, "Come on." And then I walk in and they're like, "Yeah, old queer."
Ew, queer.
No, actually, no one ever said that to me. I wish they had, because I really did not know.
Well, should we hear? Yeah, let's hear what Gabrielle's answer is.
Yeah.
My childhood crush, it's a trio. I loved Matt Dillon in a way that was fucking unhealthy for me. I loved him from Tex to Little Darlings, and that's really where it took a turn for me. I loved him. I ran into him in Montreal, and the answer to that question is no. My other crush is Stoney Jackson from T.J. Hooker and Streets of Fire, and I was able to run into him after we did the Facts of Life redo a couple years back, and no, I'd hit that. And my other one was Christy McNichol. I love Christy McNichol from Family, from Little Darlings, Empty Nest. I love her, and if she gave me a fucking shot, bitch, it's on.
Oh,
So she went full
Wow.
on celebrity crushes,
celebrity crushes, yeah.
Right. Right.
which we should reveal now.
I mean, I'd love the reveal of Gabrielle would smash it with Christy McNichols.
I
Come
know.
on.
I know.
What a reveal. Vava voom.
What a podcast!
What
podcast?
What a reveal!
Well, mine was Sandra Bullock. I revealed mine.
Yeah, I had too many to even begin. But Tim Curry and Bette Midler were my big ones. What about you?
John Travolta.
Yes. I think I knew this about, yeah.
Yeah, John. Don't you laugh at me. I'm talking John Travolta in Grease. I'm talking John Travolta in Welcome Back, Kotter.
Saturday
I'm
Night
talking-
Fever. Those
Yeah, I
hips.
mean-
Oh yeah, he had that scene with Jamie Lee Curtis, another handsome pod
Guess.
Alumni.
alumni, where he gyrated his wiener
Fortune.
in the aerobics class, jazzercise class, and she was all doing it too, and they were like, is that what did it for you?
What if I was like John Travolta from Look Who's Talking To? Yeah, no, I was nuts about John Travolta.
But
Yeah.
if you hung out with him now, do you think you would see young John in him?
I don't see a trace of young John in him now. I don't.
He is very different.
He looks so different. It's wild.
But he was like the movie star of the day. He was in everything.
You know what? I'm sorry. The movie that to this day I'm like, ladies, I'll fight you for him. Urban Cowboy.
Never seen it.
That is.
I don't think I saw it either.
You spend the evening tonight watching Urban Cowboy.
You
It's
pour
John
yourself
Travolta.
A Chardonnay. You get in the
It
bubble
is
bath.
John Travolta and Deborah Winger. And if I can have a braggadocious moment,
Yes.
Deborah Winger is hands down one of my top favorite actresses of all time. And I've become friends with her.
Whoa.
Wow.
But Deborah and John in Urban Cowboy, nothing hotter. They're both so awesome and hot and talented. That movie is so good.
Really? Okay, I never even
Yes.
heard of it. That's crazy.
Please watch it.
Okay, I'm going
I
to.
found Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder to be very sexy.
Well, thank you.
I once hooked up with an Irishman, and I said, we were talking about Tom Cruise for some reason, and I said, what's your favorite Tom Cruise movie? And he said, Days of Thunder. And I really,
Days of
I
Thunder.
loved how he said Days of Thunder.
Days of
Thunder from Down Under.
I liked seeing him and Nicole Kidman getting sexy in that movie.
Yeah.
She was the curly haired physician that was like, you better be careful out there. This is bad for you. And he's like, racing is my life.
Was he a pirate? Racism.
No, but I realized that I didn't. I think the Irish was still
Oh,
kind of
that's what it is. the
sticking
Irish.
with me.
Okay.
There's a thunder.
Days of
Days of
Not only do
Thunder.
I race cars, but I'm also a pirate.
I'm an Irish pirate.
But he was and the cop pulled up over the big truck that had all the guys on it, and she was like, "You're under arrest, Mister, for."
Oh, we're still in the
Something.
plot of...
Yeah, nobody asked.
Oh, this
Fortune.
is Days of Thunder, guys. This is a pretty important movie to my childhood.
Can you do the whole movie?
And
then
it turns out she was a stripper and like grabbed his junk and
Fortune.
it's part of the movie and
Don't say junk.
that was pretty sexy too.
And then she said to the cop and Tom Cruise, can you guys just make out?
Money flying everywhere.
Yeah, Days of Thunder really did it for me.
Thunder.
Well, what an episode, really.
What an episode.
A true pledge as always.
Yes.
People like to ask us who we have the hots for.
They do. Yeah, they do.
Wouldn't it be so fun to find out who had the hots for you that you never knew about?
Oh my God.
That's
Yes, I would love that.
Circling they're in your orbit.
I
and
imagine you two had a lot.
I don't.
you as well, Fortune.
Everybody wanted to be my best friend. I don't think I had a lot of unrequited.
Okay, even now.
Or what if now there's a fan who's like, yeah, May was my childhood crush, but I wouldn't smash now. Look what happened to them. That would be sad.
If we were your crushes, let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, please let us know.
We need constant
Validation,
and adoration. That's
I have not left a trail of broken hearts along my path. Just so you know.
Well, let us know who your childhood crush was on social media, please.
Yeah,
even if it's a childhood crush. Tell us something specific about it.
Yeah.
Or if it's, John Travolta or Deborah Winger.
Yeah. I don't have much coming up in January except Largo, January 16th. Please come in Los
great.
Angeles. What do you guys have?
At the end of the month, I'm in Burlington, Vermont, Washington, D.C., and Red Bank, New Jersey. I'd really love for our European listeners to come to my shows in London and Amsterdam at the end of January.
I'm going to send Bertram Alfred Peak.
Please tell them to come to Union Chapel. And then some big cities coming up: Denver, Colorado, Philly, Milwaukee, Madison, LA, and New York, and Toronto.
Nice.
FortuneFeimster.com for tickets.
Well, I will be in College Park, Maryland, January 26th. And then I'm just going to pop on over to Peekskill, New York on March 8th. I'll be in Waterville, Maine, March 9th, but I believe that is sold out at this point. And always Los Angeles at Largo or Dynasty Typewriter, just popping around working on new material.
And also a quick thank you to everyone who tuned into our live stream. I don't think we ever got a chance to say that. But what a blast.
What an off the hook blast that was.
It definitely makes us want to do more of that, doing these fun shows and connecting with people all over in a different way.
Yes. Yeah.
So thank you guys for being a part of that special night.
Don't forget to treat yourself to Handsome merch. Where can they find that, May?
handsomepod.com, my favorite website.
Handsomepod.com. Handsomepod.com. Handsome. And if Bette Midler were here, she would say, did you ever know that you're my hero?
Oh man, I love her.
Oh, Beaches, the movie Beaches. Mm-hmm. You talk about wanting two ladies to kiss. That's what I wanted.
I don't remember the movie. I feel like somebody was sick on a beach or something.
That's
Barbara
pretty much
Hershey.
it, yeah.
And I sobbed like a baby. Well, they were, because that was like, I love movies about female friendship. And they were just that and Fried Green Tomatoes. I wanted them to kiss as well.
Well,
anyway,
that's for another time. We can also write sequels.
Yeah, someone should ask me about the movies where I wanted the people to kiss, and I have a big list.
Yeah, Thomas, put that on the list.
Put that on the list.
Well, in closing, all that remains
is thank you guys for listening, and we hope that you will
keep
it handsome. Handsome is hosted by me, Fortune Feimster, Tig Notaro, and May Martin. The show is produced, recorded, and edited by Thomas Woolette. Email us at handsomepod@gmail.com and follow us on social media @handsomepod. What a podcast!
What a podcast!